Hello, welcome to your February tarot reading. So I'm always excited when I realize that it's time to record the monthly reading. But I'm super excited this month because not only am I adding in a couple of full moon in Leo questions for you, I also have another surprise for you. And the other surprise is that I am using 3 different tarot decks and 3 different oracle decks. So as usual, I am using different crystals or stones with each of the readings. So if you want, you can choose based on the tarot deck that you see that's maybe calling you, or the oracle deck that might be calling you in this instance. So for the first reading, I am using both or all three the apatite stone, which is a really nice blue and maybe a little bit flecks of green stone there for the throat chakra. There we go. So this stone is a really good stone for manifesting, for future expansion, but also to step into your personal power. This is a really great heart and throat chakra stone just because of the greenish, bluish color there. And for this first pile, I am using the Enchanted Witch Tarot deck. But along with that, the oracle cards that I'm using for that is the Work Your Light Oracle deck from Rebecca Campbell. And for our second reading, I have pink Botswana agate. I like saying Agate, you guys already know, but this beautiful pink stone is really good for releasing and healing emotional energy. Also really good stone for perception, for analytical thinking, but it's a good comfort stone. This is a really great stone for the heart chakra. And for this stone, for the second reading, I am breaking out my original tarot deck, the Gilded Tarot. For those of you who have been with me for a while and who have been with me since I started reading for the public and for myself, you probably weren't with me when I started reading for myself. Well, maybe a couple of you are. Anyways, I'm using the Gilded Tarot. This is a very beautiful deck. It is my most favorite in the sense that it's my first deck. So I really like this deck. And along with that, for the oracle readings, I am using Kyle Gray's Angel Guide Oracle deck. Part of me wanted to get my first oracle deck, which was the Foxfire Kitsune, but something keeps telling me, no, use the Angel deck. So I'm using that one for the second reading. And then for the third reading, I do have Amethyst Zebra, or Zebra Amethyst stone. So this beautiful stone is really great for the crown and third eye chakra. Really great to help neutralize any fear, depression, or anxiety, any of those negative feelings, but also really good for connecting to spirit. And for the Amethyst Zebra reading, I am using Chris Ann's Lightseers Tarot deck, and I just realized that's upside down. So Lightseers Tarot deck, along with Chris Ann's Sacred Creator Oracle deck. And so for this reading, you may remember if you watched January's tarot reading that I'm throwing in a couple of full moon questions every month, at least up until August, because around the time that I'm recording the video, or around the time that the video comes out, there's a full moon. It's a few days, like 2 to 3 days within that time period. So this full moon is a full moon in Leo, and this full moon in Leo is giving me lots of solar plexus and lots of heart chakra energy. And the reason I'm saying that is because the solar plexus chakra identifies with willpower and that fiery side of us, and also the part of us that does, the action oriented, the doing part of us, but also identifies with the ego and the self. And then the heart chakra is all about optimism, love, and harmony. And that is very reminiscent of the Leo characteristics. So if any of you guys out there are Leos, you know that, when you need something, you have no problem saying it. You're not afraid to, shine really brightly when you need to. So if you want to know how chakras relate to your energy, then you'll want to sign up for the Chakra Balancing Breathwork Journey. It's a 9-session journey where I'm combining tarot and breathwork and chakra balancing and giving you the chakra balancing tools that you need for yourself. As I've said before, we all have specific ways of healing. Each one of us is different, and each one of us have different sanskaras. And so if you don't know what that is, you'll learn about that in the Chakra Balancing Breathwork Journey. It's a 9-session journey. We'll go through every chakra from root to the crown. So we're going through the 7 chakra system. We actually have more chakras than that. But in this journey, we're going through the 7 chakras, from the root to the sacral, to the solar plexus, to the heart, to the throat, to the third eye, and the crown. And we're talking about the sanskaras. Each one of us have different sanskaras. And we are going to go through layer by layer and use breath work and use tarot and use some Reiki and use some aromatherapy so that we can find what works for you and what helps you balance and activate certain chakras. And you'll also learn like which chakra may be overactive that might be taking energy away from another chakra. And by the end of this 9-session journey, you'll know how to balance your chakras when they're out of alignment and what you can do to get yourself back into alignment, whether that's with breathwork or tarot or different chakra balancing exercises. So this month in February, I'm only taking on 3 new clients. Again, it's a 9-session journey. So it could take 9 weeks, but it could take longer because sometimes we need a break in between the sessions to kind of see how the energy is flowing and see where the energy needs to be balanced and things like that. So if you want more information, a link is in the description box below. But the reason that I was saying that this full moon is giving me lots of solar plexus and heart chakra energy, because this full moon really is inviting you to celebrate your brilliance, to really step into the fullness of your creativity and your play, and also really ask you to re-examine those stories that you have about yourself, those limiting beliefs. Like, do you really believe that you can have what you want? So there may be this push-pull of energy of like really wanting a certain thing to manifest into your life, or really wanting to attract a certain thing into your life. But there may be this limiting belief deep down inside that it's not possible. You may feel really hopeful about getting something new into your life or moving forward into your life, but then there's this backtracking that happens about whether it's possible or not, or whether it's possible within a time frame that you want it. Some of you guys may be on a deadline, whether it's looking for a home or wanting to settle into a relationship, or wanting to settle into a relationship and looking for a home. I'm getting like a couple of messages about like home life, and then also about relationship life that are just like kind of being downloaded here right now. So it's really interesting. There may be some stuff with the career, but you may be really feeling this push and pull. But with this full moon energy is really is about like this sun shining after the storm. It's about, you know, coming out and reactivating your ability to recover, to recuperate, reactivating that ability to really find joy in life. Again, breaking those patterns so that you can shine your light. What this full moon in Leo really signifies to me is a sign from the heavens to just keep going, to know that what you want is possible, and to help you recalibrate, especially if you're feeling that push-pull energy. This full moon in Leo is really asking you to recalibrate to your intuition, to your optimism, and to your analytical thought. Again, there is this the fire of the Leo, but we're also in the season of Aquarius, which is an air sign. And I'm not 100% fully versed in astrology, but I do know that with the heart chakra, that is all about air. With the solar plexus, that's all about fire. So you have this interplay. But then there's also this activation of the crown chakra too, because of the air and the cosmos and all of that stuff. So with all of that in mind, here are the questions I'm asking Source for you this month. So first question is, what is your current energy? Second question is, how can your focus best serve you in February? Third question is, what are some limiting beliefs that you might be telling yourself? Fourth question is, what can you tell yourself instead, or what new stories can you tell yourself instead? And the fifth question is, I am asking for guidance from source, always asking for guidance from source, God, spirit, the universe, whatever it is that you call it. All right, so first reading, I am using Apatite. Again, a really beautiful bluish green stone that is really great for throat and heart chakra. This stone is really great for manifesting, for future expansion ideas, but also to help you with knowledge and personal power. So lots of third eye, crown, heart chakra, and throat chakra activation going on there. And I haven't made up my mind on which cards I'm using for or which question I'm using for the Oracle deck, but let's just see what happens here. So what is the current energy this month? How can your focus best serve you? What limiting beliefs are you holding on to? Yeah. What is the new story you can tell yourself? And we're using the Oracle for that. It's a new story you can tell yourself instead. And what is the guidance from source? Okay, so I peeked at that card. I see here. So I'm going to start off with the story that you can tell yourself, and it is the Dance with Life card. Look at that beautiful card, Dance with Life, and it says, do something to change your energy. Dance with Life, do something to change your energy. And if you've been with me a while, you do know that I read directly from the guidebook with Oracle cards, because that is my deal with the Oracle. So let's see what this Dance with Life, this is a new story you can tell yourself, and then I'll go over the other cards with you. So Dance with Life, here we go. Okay, so Dance with Life, do something to change your energy. Life is always moving. If you resist this ever-changing flow, your energy will become stagnant and you will fall out of flow with the universe. The universe has a mysterious, intelligent force, a natural rhythmic beat which governs all of life. One of the best ways to shift your energy, frequency, or vibration is to put on some music and dance along with it. When we dance unrestrained, our spirit takes over. With each new box, sway, and kick, we are rocked back into harmony and with the rest of life. Get unstuck by doing something that shifts your vibration. Put some music on, dance unrestrained, and fall into the frequency of life. In doing so, your body will begin to learn how to be moved by your intuition, which is connected to the systemic beat. If dancing isn't your thing, then simply do something that you would not usually do to shift your energy. You cannot solve a problem with the same mind that created it, and you cannot attract a different experience without changing your energy first. It's time to shift things and find a new way to dance along with the beat of life. And then the Work Your Light activation is do something to change your energy. So if you're part of my newsletter, you're going to get this information. I'm going to leave it down in the blog so you can get access to that, but I'll also leave a link down in the description box below. So let's move on to your tarot cards. I feel like this is really setting the stage for this is the new story that you can tell yourself. And I really love this for you because there's a couple of major shifts going on here. And I think that it's really interesting. I'm thinking about one person in particular. When you see this, you're going to know who it is. So this one person that I'm thinking of in particular. So this is current energy. You have some Queen of Swords energy going on here. So your current energy is all analytical, all thought-provoking, all like trying to get things done and trying to figure out like how's it going to be done. And like I'm seeing like a timeline and a spreadsheet, maybe not a spreadsheet, maybe like a sauna board. But there's like this wondering how things are going to get figured out and trying to logic your way into it, even though you really don't want to. Like this is your current energy. This is you logicking your way into it. But your focus is the King of Cups. Look at the stark contrast in these two cards, but I really love it because look, they're facing each other. Like she's facing him and he's looking straight ahead. So I really, and she's got that sword in her hand. She's got that feather. She's ready to write stuff down. She's got her little kitty cat there. And then this guy is just like looking straight ahead. He's got like, he's looking to the future and she's looking somewhere away. Like, she's not really looking towards the future. I don't see her really looking towards the future. I see her looking to him. So maybe you're looking for him, or maybe you're waiting for him to come. But it's not going to come with thoughts. You know, it's not going to come with thinking things into existence. I know you've done a lot of work. You've done a shit ton of work. Like you really have. Don't give up. Don't give up because it's like, I feel like they've been telling you this for a long time, but he's right around the corner. The limiting belief that the story that you've been telling yourself is that you have to do it all on your own. When is this cycle going to end? Like, when is it going to be my time to just be, you know, have ended this cycle? But really the thing about it is it's the falling in love with life again, all of that Leo energy, like really finding things to fall in love with life again about, to really allowing yourself to flow and be, you know, more fluid and flexible and to let things happen, because the truth is, the guidance from source is this wheel of fortune. The truth is that it is almost time, like it's coming around, like I'm getting like this circle thing happening in my head, like it's almost time, like it's almost time, like it's coming soon, right? But sometimes not always in the way that we expect it to come. And there are so many things that are that, see right there. Okay. There are so many things that are happening right now. There's this love and this house and this magic, and this health and this, you know, just an amalgamation of things that have to happen. There's so many things that I feel like I'm rambling at this point, but I feel like this point is important to make. There are so many things that happen that are beyond our control. And I feel like you, if you're watching this, you already know this. However, some things have to be left up to chance. When we really want something, I'm hearing that Paulo Coelho quote come up. When we really want something, the whole universe conspires on our behalf to get us there. And sometimes when we go through these hardships, when we go through these heartbreaks, when we go through the sadness and we go through setbacks, it can be really hard to believe that this is possible for us, to believe that the thing that we want is possible for us. But source is really saying that it is possible for you. Really, right now, it's time to sit back and wait and enjoy and let this happen. You've already completed that cycle. There's no other cycle to complete. Right now, it's just time to enjoy, time to relax, time to chill out. Like, your current energy is on cutting through the bullshit and just like getting straight to the point. Like, let's get straight to it. But your focus would best serve you by really listening to your heart, by really balancing your emotions with your logic. Again, that recalibration that I was talking about in the beginning of the video, recalibrating yourself between mind and heart and your ego and your core and your fire, your desires, recalibrating it. So recalibrate. Like, this month is all about recalibrating for you. Just shifting back. Like, if your mind starts going in about, you know, that things are not going to happen, recalibrate and say, you know, it is possible for it to happen because it's happened to other people and it's happened for other people. And I know it can happen for me. And I know that what I want is around the corner. I know that it is. And I know that source has my best interest at heart. And I know that, you know, luck is on my side, you know, just reaffirming, recalibrating, you know, tell yourself a story, really tell yourself a new story that it's okay to relax and chill out and dance with life. So that is a reading for the blue appetite. Moving on to our pink Botswana agate reading. So again, pink Botswana agate is really good for the heart chakra, but also really good to help release and heal emotional issues. Very good for perception, analytical thoughts, but also really good for comforting your soul. We are using my first tarot deck ever, which is the Gilded Tarot, which is all intact, by the way. So Gilded Tarot was my first tarot deck. It was the first tarot deck that I used. It'd be really nice to use today in today's reading. So we are asking Spirit for you, what is your current energy for the month of February? How can your focus best serve you this month? What are some limiting beliefs that you might be holding on to about yourself? Kyle Gray's Angel Guide Oracle deck. What are some new stories you can tell yourself? And always, always, always asking for guidance from source. And we're going to use, again, the Gilded Tarot. And there's a lot of cards that want to come out here. So let's see. I'm feeling Gilded Tarot. So there we go. Guidance from source. Let's see what we have going on here. Okay, I'm going to do like I did with the first reading and read what is the new story you can tell yourself. I think that this is really interesting, that on the first reading we had the King of Cups, and on the second reading we have the Queen of Cups, different placement. So let us see. So new story that you can tell yourself is to surrender. So your message says, surrender is a spiritual practice and not an easy one. But angels are working in your favor and their miracles will unfold with ease when you move into a state of trust. So call back your power and stop allowing external forces to divert you from the miracles you deserve. Take time to realize that in order to be helped, you must surrender the need for control over a situation that is on your mind. Hand over your concerns and the entire situation to your spiritual allies. When you do so, you will allow angels of light to swoop in and help everything transform. If you find yourself having difficulties letting go of the reins, it's because there's a part of you that's not willing to receive help or the miracles you deserve. Hand over your concerns to God and let the miracles in. If you're feeling overwhelmed or emotional at this time, your angel guide wants you to know that it's okay to let go. When you open up and release your concerns, you open up for support and miracles. You are a vessel and you contain light. Your concerns are taking up space, and when you release them, you make more room for light. Let them go now. This is a time to experience the freedom that you deserve. You don't have to do this alone. God and angels are ready to help you. Call in angels and invite them to surrender, to help you surrender and release anything that's blocking your experience of miracles. To help them usher a new positive energy into your life, ask yourself what you need to let go of in order to grow, and then action it. So I think that that's really interesting with this reading, because I think I need to start with your current energy. And your current energy is really like that of somebody who's really independent, somebody who really has everything that they need and who has gotten everything that they needed through their own sheer willpower and through their own hard work. The Nine of Pentacles is very much a independent, responsible person who's grounded, who's safe, who's secure. And having had to be somebody who's grounded, safe, and secure pretty much their entire life, or having to be the one that has to be the voice of reason, or somebody who's had to be the person who gets shit done, that is your current energy. You're on getting shit done because you want to, chill, and you want to relax, and you want to feel comfortable and feel successful and feel like, you don't have to worry about stuff. You want your home life to be stable. You want your home life to be secure. You want your finances to be secure. And that is where your current energy, it's like, okay, let's make sure that all of our bases are covered. Your focus, how can your focus best serve you? Really leaning into that strength, that quiet determination, that quiet determined strength. Strength doesn't always have to be like loud and muscly, although it can be. But strength also comes from this inner resilience. So that's where the strength is coming from. And that's where your focus is going to best serve you this month about, really going back again, that recalibration that I was talking about at the beginning of the video, coming back to that inner determination, coming back to that strength, coming back to those qualities that make you who you are, that brought you to this place of stable, secure, foundational roots, the roots of who you are. The story that you need to let go of is that you're responsible for somebody else's feelings, or you're responsible for and feeling like this responsibility for people's feelings, responsibilities for people's even actions, even though this is not a part of that. But I'm just really getting this feeling I'm being pulled towards being responsible for somebody else's feelings, or maybe being responsible for your own feelings, having to um always check in, having to always check in with feelings and thoughts, and more feelings, more emotions than anything. But being that person who has to really check in with that. I feel like there's also a question of intuition, which doesn't surprise me that there's then this surrender card next. The idea that you have to let go of is, being all alone, doing it all on your own, and then having to take care of somebody's feelings. Really surrender it to God, surrender it to source, spirit, the universe, whatever it is that you call it, your higher power. Really let that go. Sometimes it can be really difficult to let other people fend for themselves, especially if you're feeling like a life or death situation. If there's an addiction going on, if there's like mental health issues going on, I know that's really difficult to let somebody kind of flourish on their own, or let somebody kind of take care of their own issues. Like, I'm getting lots of codependency here, lots of, like helping somebody do something. But just know that it's not up to you to fix somebody else's emotions. It really isn't. I'm just being really drawn there. And the reason that I'm being really drawn there is because the guidance from source is that it takes two. Like, it takes two to make a good partnership. It takes two to make things work in a way that is good for both people. When two people are involved in a project, whether it's work, whether it's something that has to do with your home life, whether it's something that has to do with a romantic or intimate relationship, when there is a partnership, any type of partnership, both parties have to be dependent so that they can help each other, lean on each other, and really make something work. So something is feeling off balance. I'm really getting this feeling of being off balance, like one person having to carry more weight than the other, or one person having to do more than the other. And this may not just be in one of your relationships, it may be in multiple relationships. So you may be feeling like this at work, you may be feeling like this in a romantic partnership, you may even be feeling like this in a friendship. It may feel like one person is not as interested as you are, doesn't seem as interested as you are. Really let that go, surrender it, let it go. Know that you don't have to be responsible for other people's feelings. Really lean on that strength that you have available to you, that quiet internal resilience that you have, so that you can feel again grounded, stable, and secure, and really feel like you're growing and flourishing and ultimately thriving, really, and feeling that comfort in your life, because that is the message for you this month. So now we come to the Amethyst zebra reading. So this is a very beautiful stone with some amethyst and I believe smoky quartz mixed in, that creates this banding that you see here, this zebra banding. But this stone is really great for the crown and third eye chakra. It really helps to neutralize any fear, depression, anxiety, any of those negative feelings, but also helps you to connect to source. And for this reading, I am using the Light Seers Tarot deck along with the Sacred Creators Oracle deck. So we are asking for current energy for your focus, limiting beliefs, new stories, and guidance from source. So let's go ahead and get started with what is the current energy. this month. How can your focus best serve you? What is a limiting belief or limiting beliefs you might be telling yourself? Getting the Oracle deck to ask, what new stories can you tell yourself instead? And always asking for guidance from source. Let's see what comes up. Guidance from source. I'm feeling really lots of this. Okay, lots of fire energy here. New moon, full moon in Leo, lots of fire, but then some air. We got some air thrown in here. So as I started the other readings, I'm going to start this one with the new story you can be telling yourself. So the edge of evolution feels messy. It doesn't surprise me that this card came up with these other cards that I'm seeing here, because there's a lot of movement, a lot of fiery energy. And so things are moving really fast in your life. It feels like, especially with this card, the edge of evolution is messy. I've pulled that one many times, and evolution can feel a little bit messy, feel like the expansion can feel a little bit uncomfortable. But I'm gonna go ahead and read from the guidebook. So the essential meaning is evolution of the soul, rapid change, growth, a plethora of new opportunities, surrendering to the uncertainty. If that doesn't resonate, then the self-care message is a need to trust, not being able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, accepting the new teachings and a wonderful unknown, giving yourself permission to fail in order to grow. Okay. The edge of change is a veritable cornucopia of opportunity. When you think of this like a giant, or when you think of life as a giant, ever expanding puzzle, you'll see that growth begins at the edges, and that most of the excitement happens just beyond the boundaries of what you can perceive, and it happens just beyond the edge of your comfort zone. As things shift and germinate around you, you may notice how uncertain it feels beyond the known. It is time to bring yourself to your personal growth edge and to look into the abyss of creation. Poke your toe in the open space that lies beyond, and the right opportunity will, as if magic, move into your awareness. The magical changing expanse is surging with building blocks of all creation. This is where source energy is working on your behalf, bringing you the opportunities you have asked for. Everything and anything is possible during this time of rapid transformation. As you stand on the precipice of your beautiful evolution, know that this energy is energetic, malleable, and begin directing the landscapes of your reality that are coming in. So let's start with your current energy. And this, so like I said, as soon as I saw this card, I'm like, there is so much fast moving energy for you right now. And it could be in your career. It could also, I'm feeling like lots of career stuff, but it could also be moving homes, getting lots of home movement kind of stuff. So things may be shifting really quick. You may have known about this for a while. You may have known that you had to make a choice to move forward or to move away. And so maybe you're just right now waiting for that ship to come in, waiting for the new home. You might be waiting for news about when you can move. If this is in the career, you may have already made a choice to kind of move and pivot into a new direction in your career. And now I'm feeling also like you've known for a while that you haven't been living in your heart's desire. I'm getting this feeling that you've known for a while that you really wanted to move forward in a different direction. This may even mean moving across across the Atlantic, across the Pacific Ocean. Like I'm getting this feeling of movement. So if you're not moving homes, you may be moving careers, but you also may be moving home and career, and maybe thinking about going overseas. Oh, I got really tingly on the right side when I said that. But there's this movement that's happening in your life, and it's kind of happening quick, even though you knew it was coming on. So that's your current energy this month, is about moving things, maybe things being finalized, maybe some things that had to happen before now already happened or in the process of happening, to kind of put a pin in things. Maybe things are coming to a head with your current energy. How can your focus best serve you? Remember what is in your heart. Remember, you really have to remember that light that shines inside of you. Again, this full moon in Leo, I really like doing this. This full moon in Leo is really kind of activating that light that shines inside of you. Our nights move fast, and this is somebody who's moving fast, that fiery energy. So how can your focus best serve you this month? Really allowing yourself to kind of go with the flow, even though it's more of a watery feeling, but like kind of like when it's time for you to move, go ahead and do it. Really listen to your heart, really listen to that voice inside that says this is something we've been wanting to do for a while. And listen to that. If you're not hurting yourself, if you're not hurting somebody else, if it doesn't put you in a bind, if it's stretching you, but just beyond the edge of your comfort zone. Sometimes we don't want to do certain things that are good for us, because it feels really uncomfortable. Even though we know it's good for us, it feels really uncomfortable at first. But what Source is really asking you to do is to move beyond your comfort zone. Source is saying that it's got it all lined up for you. It's up to you to catch up to it. The limiting belief that might be holding you back is that you won't be happy, you won't have a happy home life, that things won't be stable and secure. Four is a number of foundation, four is a number of stability and security. Setting those foundational roots down, there may be this feeling of not being happy, not being able to celebrate and have this happy life if you move forward, and really leaving some good times behind. But again, the edge of evolution does feel messy. The edge of evolution pushes us past our comfort zone. It pushes us into that space of the unknown, and it can be really scary. The unknown is really scary. You have no idea if things are going to work out. If you move forward, right? If you move forward, you have no idea how things will work out. But Source really wants you to know that it is all lined up for you here. You just need to catch up to it. When we take that step, into the things that light us up, when we take that step into our heart's desire, the universe can't help but to conspire on our behalf. Like, really, I feel like when you do things that your heart is calling you to, the universe, God, Source, Spirit is going to back you up. And it's not always pretty. It can be uncomfortable. You may have some discomfort. It doesn't always feel good to move into something new, even though we really want it. And the reason for that is because we're used to feeling a certain way, and our body really wants to move away from pain, and it isn't really primed to move towards joy. And that's what feels really uncomfortable. Our emotions get dysregulated, our nervous system gets dysregulated. And it's like, hey, we're used to being in anxiety. Hey, we're used to being in fear, depression, and worry. We're used to being there. And you just have to recalibrate. Again, that message is coming through like in each of these readings. I really feel like Source is telling you to recalibrate. Whenever those thoughts come up saying that you can't move forward, whenever those thoughts come up saying that things are moving too fast, whenever those thoughts come up saying that, it's not going to be stable and secure and we're not going to have anything to celebrate, just know that when you move towards something that really lights you up, when you move towards something that is your heart's desire, you may not get exactly what you want. I always feel like we get something way better than that. And that is what this full moon is asking you to do. It's asking you to really let your light shine brightly, to let go and break those old patterns that keep you safe and that keep you, stuck. Safe and stuck is one thing. Safe and secure is something different. But moving into something new doesn't always feel safe and secure, especially when it's something that we've never really done before. So I really feel like that message is there for you. I love how that works, not only with the full moon, but also with this stone, this amethyst, zebra amethyst stone. This is a really great stone to help neutralize that fear, neutralize that anxiety, really connect you to source, help you clear out that crown, third eye chakra. One of the things that I forgot to mention earlier when I was talking about the chakra balancing breathwork journey, and you'll see it when you go to the link, is that you also get to pick crystals for each of your chakras. And so we're doing crystal therapy, we're doing breath work, we're doing tarot, we're also using aromatherapy and Reiki and different chakra balancing exercises, because each one of us has our own specific way of healing. Like every one of us has different sanskaras. Again, sanskaras are these life lessons that we have to learn regarding to each chakra. And so it's almost like this blueprint of your life, this blueprint of your chakras. And you'll get to learn all of that in that chakra balancing breathwork journey. Again, I only have space for 3. If you see me in person, you'll get to pick these out in person. But if you see me online, you'll also get to pick these out, not in person, but over video. So I'll help you pick your chakra balancing stones, send those over to you. But you also get to make your own essential oil blends. Yeah, and it's a really good way to help you learn how to balance your chakras, along with breath work and tarot and doing some Reiki for you too. So link is in the description box below. I hope that these readings resonated for you. And if they did, be sure to leave me a comment or let me know somehow. I always love hearing from you. Please, please, please only take what feels right in your heart and soul and leave the rest behind. And stay tuned for the new moon breathwork practice that's coming out in a couple of weeks, as well as the rest of the month's videos. So that's it for now. I'll see you next time. Bye.